Cheered by traditional music, or maybe just the refreshments, we continue down the Shannon towards the sea. 12 miles south of Banagher, the river now opens up into its third major lake, Lough Derg. Covering an area of 50 square miles, Lough Derg is the third and largest lake the Shannon flows into. An exquisite beauty spot peppered with small islands, 376 of them to be exact. One man who's devoted his life to exploring these islands is Gerard Madden, a passionate local historian and fisherman.
I've been coming here 30 years and I still find it fascinating. There's always something new to find out here.
Today, we're hitching a ride with him over to the western side of the lake to one of Ireland's most famous monastic sites, Inishcaltra, or Holy Island.
That's my favourite view by a mile. Look at that, that's beautiful. We've the raven's nest on the tower.
This 80-foot round tower is a remnant of the Shannon's Viking past. Built by monks, these towers had a door on the first floor, accessible only by ladders. When Viking raiders were sighted, the monks would grab food and monastic treasures and retreat up the tower, pulling up ladders as they climbed. Gerard is the go-to guide to Holy Island and has an unrivaled knowledge of the ancient artifacts preserved by the monks who once lived here.
The Shannon was the dual carriageway, the only decent roadway in Ireland. Everybody travelled by water. It was very unsafe to travel by land, as all the chieftains along the way, they were all warring with one another. So the monks knew this, so they built these monasteries along the Shannon, and the temptation to pull in here, I'd say, was huge. These sheep are not supposed to be in here. They have enough grass outside. But it's hard to keep them out. Shoot, 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 shoot.
There are the ruins of 7 churches on Holy Island. This one, St. Caiman's Church, is the oldest. Built some 1,000 years ago, it was roofed in the 1990s to protect some of the island's most important artifacts.
Here in St. Caiman's Church, we have grave markers from the 8th century to the 12th century. We have a stone here, which is a swear stone, that those markings are sword marks. 2 chieftains making peace, and they'd marked that's really their signature. Its secluded position has enabled it to survive like in such a perfect state of preservation. And there are very, very few places left in the world as pristine as this. This is known as a bargaining stone. People come here and they shake hands through the stone and they make a deal. And woe betide anyone that breaks the deal that's made at that stone. Lots of people come nowadays and get actually married at the stone. The Vikings came here on 3 occasions. They stole everything and took off. But of course they were raided as many times by the Irish themselves as by the Vikings. These monasteries were a centre of wealth and music, and where they had scriptoriums. They were really the only bit of places where there was a civilization in this country.
Next, after leaving Holy Island, we'll be continuing our journey down to the sea, following in the footsteps of the last High King of Ireland.
He decided to rule the country from his homestead in Killaloe. From here, he could basically rule the river.